Sever Your Legs Media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.
Yes, we do got lots of stuff coming up, and thank you for joining me today. You know what I haven't used in a while? I forgot all about these things. Thank you. If you tuned in, if you hit the like button, if you watched a whole episode of something, this is what I have to do for you. One more time. Anyway, let's get into it today. Today was an amazing day. I'm super pumped. I'm super excited. The Giro is exciting. I'm in Belgium. I saw Benny race again. The juniors are just amazing. Junior races are just amazing. I'm connecting the dots. I'm trying to connect the dots for a couple of one or two juniors. Well, we're starting off with one junior, and then we're gonna work our way. But we're connecting the dots with the youngsters, and we're trying to get them out here. So we're possibly working on 2025 for maybe one or two youngsters, and then we'll go from there. So stage 17 Giro, the Giro d'Italia stage 17 joins Georg Steinhauser wins stage 17. An amazing effort. It was weird because he was in the group for the longest time. He didn't go in the breakaway. He waited, like he knew that DSM was going to do some weird stuff today and catch the break back and then just sit up. And then Emmanuel Gerazibiria was able to roll away again. So the race started off. Breakaway went Alaphilippe. The group was called the Alaphilippe group because Alaphilippe was in the group. He rolled away with the group. It looked like they were going to, possibly get major time because basically GC is pretty much decided. So the person leading GC is Tadej Pogačar, and he has no reason to chase or set tempo or ride in the front. So he didn't do that. And the consensus was, they're going to let it go up the street. They're just going to let it go. It's going to roll away. It's probably going to get about 8 minutes. And then, someone's going to win from the breakaway. And that's what we were all looking forward to see, see someone different get a chance at winning a stage of the Giro d'Italia. But no, that did not happen. The break got up the street. The break only got about 2 minutes at the most. It wasn't even 2 minutes, which was really strange. And everyone's like, well, what's going on? What's going on? Why isn't the break going away? The break was not going away. And then DSM decides to go to the front and tempo back the breakaway. So all the commentators, everyone's thinking Romain Bardet must be feeling good. He's going to get about 30 seconds away. His guy's going to get him about 30 seconds away. He's going to launch an attack. He's going to bridge across, and he's going to try to go away and get some time. That's what everyone was thinking. It's like, that's the only reason DSM is putting down the power. And then DSM, what do? They catch up. They catch the break, and then they put on the brakes. They catch the break, and they put on the brakes. Everybody was dumbfounded. Rafa Michael, it was so obvious. Rafa Michael, like, he's on TV throwing his hands up. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? What was the point of that? What was the point of chasing down the break if you're not going to do anything? And then the funny thing was the DS came on after the race trying to explain what they did. And as they say in the Caribbean, or as my people in Vinci would say, that was just pure dotishness. It was just dotish. It was the D in DSM. I love the kits. They have the best, most colorful uniform. I don't care, hands down. They'll still be my favorite looking kit. But the D in DSM today was for the big dummies. That's what they wrote like today. And so they catch up. Emmanuel Gerazibiria is in the original breakaway with Alaphilippe and a few other riders. And those guys were working pretty hard to stay away. And they probably were wondering why we're working so hard. And we only got like a minute and a half. We're not getting any time. And once they caught back up, those guys were pretty much, they pretty much called it a day, because that was That was a lot of work. So DSM catch up, and then instead of, usually when someone's going faster than you and they catch you, they don't just stop behind you. And this is pretty much what they did. They caught the break and they just stopped. Which was like, what the hell? So they caught him and they just stopped. And then Emmanuel Gazibia was like, well, if you guys are just going to chase us down and just stop, I was in a groove. I'm going to get back in my groove. And if, it's not going to be a breakaway of 8 people now. It's just going to be me. So he took off and he got a gap. And then the young man on the screen, Georg Steinhauser, decides he's going to go after Emmanuel Gazibia, and he eventually caught them, and that those two rode together until 2 climbs to go, where Emmanuel Gazibia was just heading. He couldn't ride anymore. Emmanuel Gazibia, he's from Little Track. He's from Eritrea. He rides for Little Track, but he's from Eritrea. And then he caught up, and once he did catch up, he eventually, what am I saying? They rode together for a little bit. They got to 2 climbs to go. Halfway up the second climb, George rose away from Emmanuel Gazibia because Emmanuel didn't have the same legs as George. He's not the same type of climbing legs. I was like rooting for, even the commentators were rooting for Emmanuel, like to see, like as an outside shot, they would just love to see. Lovely young people that would have just loved to see him like roll away, but that didn't happen. And he got caught by Steinhaus. They rode together. Steinhaus then dropped him on the second to last climb, and then he rode the last climb by himself. Eventually Emmanuel Gazibia got caught by the group, and he didn't have anything to keep up with the group, so they rode past him. Then after the group caught Emmanuel Gazibia, then Martinez put in a attack or 2, which was like nothing. It was just for nothing. He didn't get rid of Garen. He wasn't able to put any more time on Garen. And Ineos sort of went to the front for a minute. They weren't able to put any time on Martinez, and they just rode together because they both of them looked like their boats were, like dead in the water pretty much. They were tired. They were just really tired. So Tadej just went to the front, and he just like rode he didn't attack or anything. He just, the speed that they had lifted the tempo to, that's all he did, was he just kept their tempo when they put in their efforts to try to drop one another. He just, say what the hell, he just kept their tempo. But what he didn't do was go all out after George and try to get the stage. So, and he's well aware of people talking about like if he wins too much stages, being selfish and all of that stuff. So he's well aware of that. He may not say that, or people may be saying like, if you earn the right and you're strong enough to win, well, win. But he didn't do that. He let Steinhaus win. I'm saying let Steinhaus win because I'm pretty sure if Tadej wanted to, at the bottom of that climb, he could have went after George and went and got stage win number 6, but he didn't do that. So George was able to, I think, win by about 2 minutes. When he won by about 2 minutes, it was just pretty amazing to see the young German rider. He's about 21, 22. He's pretty young, one of the younger riders up and coming. So it's been like every year that the EF has been at the Giro so far, they have won a stage. So they hadn't won a stage. It's been a whole year since they won any races? They were saying it's been a whole year since they won any races. They must have. I'm going to have to look into that. Hold on. My nose feel like it's going to sneeze. And there it was. Funny thing is, it's crazy. I love to sneeze. I just love that feeling. It's weird. I just love a sneeze. But anyway, so I think they were saying it's been a whole year since EF have won. It couldn't have been a race. Yeah, they won a stage last year. So in the past few years, every year they've won a stage at the Giro d'Italia, sort of keeping up their streak, which is pretty amazing. So, but then the big question of the day was, what the hell was DSM doing today? And even after the DSM gave his explanation, nobody knows. Still, nobody knows. And it is what it is. Whatever happened, happened. And we look forward to tomorrow, which is going to be, they're going to start on top of a hill and roll down to be a sprinter stage. Yes, so we should see Milan and Merlia at it tomorrow, because it should be a stage for the big men. Then you got Caleb Ewan, and he just, my goodness, man, he's in the Sahara Desert right now. I mean, he is so dry. He is so dry. Anyway, but yeah, so we got a day for the sprinters tomorrow. Hopefully, if Little Track has their thing together, they're trained together, then it's probably nobody stopping them, and Tadej just needs to hang out. And it was being suggested to say that, like, because Tadej was trying to lead out his sprinter, I think is Mulan, it might be Mulan, that he doesn't need to do that. Just leave it alone, get to the finish safely, so that we can rock on to the Tour de France, and then we can have the battle, the Remco via Vingegaard via Roglic via Tadej Pogacar. I think Tadej's gonna roll them all up again. Anyway, no one's touching him. Anyway, that's been my little spiel on stage 17. I will be here tomorrow with stage 18 to bring you the skinny on stage 18 and how the sprinters do. So for the most part, it probably will be a pretty eventful earlier part of the stage. But then towards the end of the stage, it should get quite interesting if someone tries to jump off and spoil the sprinter's day, or we just have an amazing. And then the sprint finish has, in the last kilometer, there's only like 2 turns. Normally there's a lot of twisting, turning. So there's like a big left turn, and then there's a big right turn, and then there's a pretty straight, wide open sprint finish. So that should be interesting. Looking forward to that. And we will catch you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, boy, we'll see you tomorrow for stage 18.
Sever your legs media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.